Oh, you don't have the coffee?
Yeah, I got a coffee.
Oh, you got coffee, okay.
All right, as long as you have a coffee, then we're drinking coffee.
It's the Perk.
It's the Perk. Hello, everybody. How are you?
How the hell are you?
Hola.
It's good to have you back. I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks.
I've been working.
Oh, imagine.
Can you imagine? There's actually a business side to all this. People don't realize.
Stuff
No
actually
kidding.
gets done.
Yeah, right. Sometimes stuff gets done. Sometimes it doesn't get done.
I just thought it was all fun and games.
Yeah.
Well, has anybody lost their mind?
It's all
Not
music
yet.
festivals
Yeah.
Ah,
and
so
groupies.
Groupies.
Speaking of music festivals, big one this weekend.
Rye bread this weekend.
Rye bread.
That's
Right. So that's huge. Our buddy, it's funny because Rye Bread's been around for like 47 years.
47. Yeah.
Okay, it started out with a bunch of guys going out to an island up off of Al Cathy's Marina and throwing a party.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, these guys are all in their 70s now. And just like a Waterford thing.
Yeah.
And it's been going along for years. It ended up in the hands of a guy named Nick Batto. Hi, Nick.
So
Hey, man.
And Nick kept it that way for a while, you know, small, easily contained. And last year, I don't know what happened, but he's like, we're going for it.
oh, they're going for it. all
And
right.
he went for it. And
Yeah.
we encourage everyone to go up to the festival this weekend, support this. This is truly, even though there's a few local acts, but this is a local dude doing this. This isn't Live Nation or
Right.
or one of those cats. This is just a guy from Waterford.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of bands. Holy crap.
I mean, he's got O'Teal, right?
Yeah.
If you're into that jam bandy type stuff, this guy is like a big deal. North Mississippi All Stars, who I adore.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
They're fun.
You've talked to them, right? Or you've seen them?
No.
No, I thought they were part of the back. Well, they've played backing other people.
Oh, okay.
Like when Adrian Ballou came through
Right.
at Empire Live,
Mhm.
they were backing him.
That's right. That's
Jerry Harrison, Adrian Ballou thing. Baked Shrimp,
Big shrimp.
you know, Rob Ballou, who we played the hell out of here, we interviewed.
Mm-hmm.
Great guy.
He's a nice dude.
It's funny, first met Rob Ballou when I owned Positively 4th Street in the basement, when it was the former Rolls Touring Company space. And Kim Buckley was my original open mic host. And we used to book her once a month anyway, because Kim's really great.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Mike McMahon would play guitar with her, or what have you, and she brought Rob in one time. And that's how I met him. From that moment, like, that guy was just, he's aces. Great guy, great player, good stuff, you know. A whole bunch of cool cats came through that place.
Those were the days.
Yeah. You could actually make money off live music in those days.
Yeah. Imagine.
Imagine.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time. Speaking of that, we have our show coming up.
We do.
Rob, you know more about this than I do.
Well, it would almost be impossible to list everyone that's playing, but everyone that's playing is currently or in the past has been a part of RadioRadioX. So every single act will have at least one or more members of the RadioRadioX family performing. It's August 6th, 3 p.m.
They say 3 p.m. doors, yeah. First band goes on at like 3:15.
This is at the Hangar in Troy.
675 River Street.
This is going to be great, though. It's going to be
Yeah,
so much
it's
fun.
awesome.
And what a breath of fresh air to see a different type of performance. I mean, it's going to move really fast. Sets are only 20 minutes, so bands are going to get up there. The changeover is going to be really quick. You're going to see a lot of different elements. There's a lot of performers, a lot of different styles. So it's cool. I love to see that. I really am starting to detest the shows where all the bands sound the same and they're all
Yeah.
from the same
This is
kind of
going to
clique.
be varied.
This is going to be very,
wild.
very.
I mean, we've got Joe Barna playing, who is like almost single-handedly resurrecting the jazz scene around here. And he
Yeah.
writes for us, so we're partial to Joe.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy works hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing. We've got, you know, we've got a couple garage bands. We've got classic rock acts. I'm not even sure what James Mullen is bringing. He says
Yeah.
it's like alternative folk.
Well, surprise, he told me this weekend that his brother's playing with him.
Nice. Nice. And we've got Seth Casal's going to do a little
Seth
something.
Casal. God, what's the name of his band?
I have no idea.
It's really
sorry,
great.
Zach.
It's a great name too. I can see the logo in my eye because he shares it all the
I know,
time.
I got a sticker, I'm just really stupid.
Our own Nikki Chaos is going to be there with
Yes.
Curious Common, her band. Peggy of Troy is going to jump up with them. Chris Bazzone band's going to play because Opie
is, yeah.
Opie
He's
Callahan, one of our writers, is actually probably one of the best drummers and great
In the world?
singer too.
Unknown Quantifier is Seth's band's name.
Unknown Quantifier, what a great name.
Yeah. So,
The Vava Voodoos.
Baba Voodoos.
I know I'm forgetting. Ralph
No.
Rennick's coming back.
The Tradition.
Yeah, Ralph, who helped me launch the station as an on-air entity. You
Yeah.
know, he's
No
coming
such-
back, so we got to have him there. It's been 5 years. He was there for the first year. He's got to
Mhm.
be there for the 5th year.
Yeah.
No such thing as ghosts.
No such thing as gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
Ghosts. No such thing as selling houses. Jesse's band.
Yeah.
That's her side chick band.
Yes.
I mentioned the Vava Voodoos, right?
Yes.
The Lawn Sausages. Are we forgetting anybody?
I'm gonna be doing something.
Oh yeah, Rob Smith is that guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be juggling on the side.
And Mud Daddy Flats has signed up to come up with their food truck because the ale house is closed.
No way.
So we're gonna have quesadillas
Ah,
That's great.
and tacos.
awesome.
Oh man.
And Dan, which is always great because Dan is one of the best people ever. I love that guy. Him
Oh,
and
he's
Melissa
great.
crush it.
And he always wears the coolest Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, he looks like he should be a character in SpongeBob with those shirts, doesn't
He
he?
really does.
He's got like Gilligan shirts all the time. So that's August 6th,
Mm-hmm.
which is like right around the corner, man.
It's gonna be
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, so we got that going on. You mentioned SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Now that was originally supposed to be an adult show. For
Well, he
Adult
lives in
Swim.
Bikini Bottoms.
He does. But I just seen something the other day. You've probably watched SpongeBob before.
Oh,
right?
I had to. My kids
Right?
when they were little loved it. Yeah.
The teacher, the driving teacher,
Mrs. Puff.
Mrs. Puff. So, a strange thing about Mrs. Puff is that if you watch all these episodes together and you see what's going on, Mrs. Puff actually, that's not her real name. She's running from the law.
Oh.
And she changed her name to Mrs. Puff.
She's like a deranged killer or something,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
There's all these like hidden things going on. I remember watching SpongeBob one time, and he's watching all these like, what do they call those things in the sea, like the coral and stuff?
Yeah.
And he was watching it like it was porn. And I'm like, this is not for kids.
No, the best cartoons though always had that adult level under. I mean, look at the stuff they said in Bugs Bunny.
Right.
But the real ones were the ones like Rocky and Bullwinkle. That group, I don't know who it was, but they had stuff that was like crazy. Like Bullwinkle, one time I remember him saying to Rocky, "I just went swimming in Loretta Lake. It was a big sex pot at the time, but I only went waist deep." You know, they had that kind of
Yeah.
stuff added in. You know, there's a lot of that evil, fun adult stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, my entire appreciation of classical music comes from Looney Tunes.
Oh yeah, right,
Absolutely.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill the Wabbit. That's the only opera I really know.
But yeah, now that stuff is crazy, man. It just tells you, I mean, the world obviously has changed now with internet and everything, but they've really been, targeting our children for so many years.
Oh,
We don't
yeah.
even want to get into this, do we?
I don't know. I just, Disney gets no play or no love from me.
No.
That's like the most evil, satanic,
So
group there is.
we go to
Not
Disney.
sponsored by Disney.
Not sponsored by Disney. Michael Eisner's a cunt.
Yes.
We went to Disney years ago when Cora was like 4. We go to get in this one ride, and somebody had pissed in the seat. I sat there, I jumped right out, right?
Right.
Two like the Disney guys are, you need to get back in the seat. Like, you need to do something for me. What's the mouse gonna do for me? I just sat and pissed.
Right.
I got like $300 at the gift shop for new shorts.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, because I was like, I was fired up
Oh,
in
I
a
mean,
big way.
No one wants to sit in urine.
No.
Right?
By the way, if you're riding public transportation, watch out.
Yeah, be careful. Exactly. Don't sniff the seats either.
Yes.
But you were just talking, and Liam and I were talking about this before the camera started on, about songs that like aren't okay now.
Oh,
Right,
right.
Yeah.
And the one that comes to mind with me right away, there's two. Benny Mardones, Into the Night, that one. She's just 16 years old.
Oh, God.
Leave her alone. They
Wow,
said.
God.
And Kiss, Christine 16.
There's so many 16 songs though.
Yeah,
back
they're
then.
absolutely. I mean, going all the way back to like the 50s.
Yeah.
Chuck Berry, Sweet Little 16.
Yep.
Chuck was probably like, 40 at the time, right? I mean,
Right.
Chuck was much older than 16.
Elvis wanting to get with the little sister.
Little Sister, sure. I mean, you think about these like cringeworthy songs.
Tons of them.
And this was during a time when everybody was like, these are good family values.
Well,
you got 16-year-olds.
In their defense, it was a different time.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, people would meet their love of their life at 16.
Yep.
They would graduate high school, you'd take a job doing this, she'd take care of the kids. You were married and usually had kid number 1 before 20.
Yeah, that was definitely the thing back then. I mean, you meet them in high school, they go off to World War II, they come back, they get married, and
Yeah, or
that's
even,
it.
like my parents met when they're like 12 and 14. They got married at 19 and 21.
Right.
By the time my mother was 21, I was around. And by the time she was 23, my sister was around.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of just how it went in those days.
But
So
we're talking about, okay, you meet your sweetheart at 16 and you're like 17.
Yeah.
But we're talking about Chuck Berry being 40.
yeah, well, he
going after a
was
16.
probably in his 20s. He was probably in his mid-20s, Or Ringo with "You're 16, You're Beautiful in Your Mind," which is a remake
Yeah.
of is it Marty Robbins maybe? I don't know, but it's a remake.
We know the song.
Yeah. And you think about it, it's like, now we cringe.
Yeah.
I mean, I always cringed at Winger, but she's only 17.
Yeah.
And that was in the 80s, so maybe 1990, somewhere around there.
It's Winger, who exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
And
But
same-
somehow that's more cringeworthy because Wingers were in the 90s.
They knew
time.
better.
They knew
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
better.
I mean, I can give it up to like 67 maybe.
Right.
Right.
It's understandable. But you're talking 1989, 1990, dude, statutory rape.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, 100%, really. Wow.
I mean, now you can tell me about, what was it, Led Zeppelin, Jimmy Page having some girl.
They all.
They all did, right? They
Steven
all,
Tyler's going through that now still, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, so it's like.
was it right? No.
No.
Was it different? Yeah.
But when people are sitting there, that hundred and thousand.
Still wrong.
No, when they're telling you you're God, like basically, like they're telling these people they're like gods. It has to twist your head a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, you two haven't called me God yet, so you need to do so. So
Sorry.
there you go.
I pray to the Lord.
Yeah,
pray to
yeah.
the Lord.
I don't want to be. I don't even want to be dog catcher. You know what I mean?
Right?
Nothing political. Thank you very much.
Sounds like too much responsibility.
God catcher.
God catcher.
Yeah, that would be too much. But it would be fun to be God, right? A little bit. Be fun to play with it. I mean, ants in an ant farm, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Kind of just watching back, seeing how stupid
Just
we
pick
can
up
be.
shape. Again.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's coming soon. I think we need a little shake up.
Like
I think-
Tom Waits,
honestly,
there
this-
ain't no devil. There's just God.
God when he's drunk.
Wow.
I'm tired of this slow rolling apocalypse. Can we just get to the shooting in the streets already? I mean,
Yeah, right?
I want the Book of Eli. I want Mad Max. I want something. At least that's exciting.
Well, there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
scientist that has recently come out, and he's got access to one of the big major telescopes. So he's been lying and saying he's going in there for such and such research, but he's actually going in there
And checking the old lady next door.
checking
She
the old.
changes.
No,
She's not 16.
Planet X. What do they call it?
Nibiru.
Nibiru. He says it's supposed to come really close to us in August,
Nice.
Yeah.
like super close. Like
Listen,
August is right around the corner.
can you imagine if it happens on Trevor's weekend at the track?
That would be great.
having to die in one of those hats.
Oh my
You know,
God, yeah.
some rich old bitch from Westchester County
Oh
has
my
to
God.
die wearing that
That's
hat.
crazy.
Oh man.
I mean, you got to think about it, right? What would it really be like if real apocalypse happened? If you inconvenience me at a Stewart's and you take too long doing lotto in front of me in line,
Yeah.
I want to kill you. Like in my head, I'm planning different scenarios here. What would happen if it was straight up apocalypse and you really had to think about maybe killing somebody?
It's funny because my kids and I all have a very dark sense of humor.
That's true.
And I've been playing a game with all of them since they were little about if stuff goes sideways.
Mm-hmm.
And we look at people and we'd say first round, second round, or food.
Oh yeah.
You know, like that guy's gone the first round, that guy's gone second round, that motherfucker's food. You know, and then my daughter-in-law moves in with us, and she's a sweet kid, I love her, but she's like a vegan.
Mm.
So I said to her, you know that you're grass-fed meat. You know that, right?
Right.
She didn't find that as funny as the rest of us did. Even my son was like, Dad, that was hilarious, but you can't say that.
Nobody wants to think about it, but if it is absolute apocalypse, nothing's growing, all that stuff, cannibalism is on the table. People are gonna get eaten.
Hello, big boy.
I'm not gonna get
Hello, big boy.
I'm all fat.
We're gonna feed a family of 12. You're well marbled.
They're
calf
gonna
is looking
slice
really
me
nice.
down the middle and use me for lantern fuel.
We'll crawl inside of you in the snowstorm like
I'm a
Luke
tauntaun,
Skywalker.
yeah. I'm a tauntaun.
We'll be like those two guys in the horse outfit.
Yeah. This has gone weird right away.
Yeah, right away.
Yeah, so I got my mom watching Walking Dead now, so I'm rewatching it.
Mhm.
And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about like the dead have risen, all civilization is captured. The one thing I can't get my head around in The Walking Dead is that like 2 to 3 years later, they're getting in cars that have gas in them and the gas is fine. Like they're just able to.
The gas will work.
Would it?
It won't work as well, but it'll work.
It would work. Okay.
But where are they getting the batteries to work from?
Yeah, for real.
You know, and if it's like, this takes place like in the Northeast mostly, right?
No, Georgia.
Oh, Georgia,
Yeah,
okay. Well, that's a whole different world down there. Maybe the physics and everything works different down there.
Definitely physics are different down there.
Below the Manson-Nixon line. And we're all the way back to the 16-year-old creepy stuff.
Yeah, right. We
But
just
no,
keep getting back
I
there.
watched like 2 episodes of The Walking Dead and just like, I can't do this. It was so friggin' slow.
I didn't get through the first episode.
Well, the episode where, I think it's the first episode, right? The guy goes into a stranded tank,
Yeah,
okay? And he has to like kill 2 zombie soldiers inside.
yeah.
And he's in there, and he wakes up from the gun going off, and they're in the concussion from the bullet and all that shit, the noise. And somebody gets on the radio and says, now what are you gonna do? Because there's zombies all around.
When?
I'm in a tank.
Right.
I'm gonna start it and drive over them.
Yeah,
And
right,
then I'm going to
exactly.
take the turret and shoot wherever you are, because fuck you.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you can get away, if you can get up past that, it's a pretty
Because
good
that's
show.
just.
No, I like the show because as much as it's about the dead, after a while, the dead are just the dead. Yeah, they can bite you, they can infect you, you can die, all that happens, but they end up just being like scenery kind of, and it's about the people. So I like that because it's pretty good about the people, and then you have the added thing that you might get bit and become a zombie.
I'm just so done with zombies. The only zombie movies I like are the comedies, like Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead is amazing.
Movies like that. Otherwise, I'm done with vampires. No more werewolves, please.
Well, here's the deal. I want vampires. Okay? I don't need some guy who sparkles and looks at me forlornly in the
Right.
Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
You know, or no ever let Tom Cruise play a vampire
God.
again.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, he was the last samurai too. I love that. The last samurai was a white guy.
yeah, right? There's
Oh,
some cultural appropriation for you.
Christopher Gaunt and Joe Guido, who we have interviewed, they did a vampire movie, a mini-series called The Fledgling, which is supposed to be vampire, but a lot more gritty, more kind of western, almost like a western, but you know, that kind of feel to it. But it's a vampire movie, so go check that out whenever that is.
Isn't there a local comic book too called like Vampire or something? We talked to them.
We did. We talked to Vampire. I forget who that was, but we did. We talked to the people that do Vampire, and that is, if you get a chance to see that comic book, it's weird. It's wild. It's about like AI and vampires and wires and it's just it's all about like robotics, and it's weird.
And the 3rd edition of that book is coming out shortly. I saw that on the base on the Facebook book
Nice.
And
We are down with the vampires.
but no, I agree with you. Possession movies are my favorite.
Yeah, I'm not
I
against
love possession movies.
that. They're all the same though.
Not all of them. It's, there's a few where they've based them on like actual cases. I mean, The Exorcist is the high water mark. Let's face it.
Yeah.
The pea soup and the head spinning.
Mm-hmm.
Watch The Exorcist with no sound. It is not scary in the least. It's matter of fact, Beetlejuice with no sound is scarier than The Exorcist
No kidding.
with no sound. It's the sound in that movie. The sound is the whole thing. But I like the possession thing. I'm over the whole zombie thing.
It's just overdone.
Yeah.
I'm just all about the Travel Channel because every night all they have is like paranormal caught on tape, like real stuff,
But here's the
happened.
deal. It's the Travel Channel. It used to be like
Yeah, I know,
great
I know.
documentaries
I
about
know, I know.
Tuscany.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
the history. Now it's that. Or okay, the Learning Channel. TLC was
Yeah.
the Learning
Yeah,
Channel.
it was.
Exactly.
MTV was the music channel.
Yeah,
where
right.
The music
Yeah.
go. History Channel doesn't really say anything about history.
No, it's aliens.
Yeah,
Ancient aliens.
Yeah, ancient.
not proven
Bear
history.
It's Bigfoot,
Yeah.
Skinwalker Ranch,
Skinwalker Ranch. Yeah.
Oak Island, and aliens. That's the entire History Channel.
The closest.
They used to at least break out Nazis in Vietnam every now and
Once
again.
in a
They don't
while.
even do that anymore.
At
too.
least Oak Island is somewhat history. I mean, it's.
No, truth, yeah. There's a lot. I mean, they are
But-
making archaeological discoveries
But
too.
Bigfoot, come on.
But
no,
it's
no.
fucking wood, dude.
It's
How
wood,
much
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
wood can you find?
Yeah.
Or I found a coin. It's a Bobby Dazzler.
Yeah.
It's one friggin' coin. Where's the millions of others that are supposed
Right.
to be there?
Right.
You've been there 11 years,
Oh
dude.
my god. Yeah. At some point, you have to be like, okay, I've wasted a damn decade of my
We
life.
could get 2 crackheads from Troy, give them those little shovels kids use at the
Yeah.
beach, and say there's 3 tons of coke 150 feet down. They'd be there in a week and a half.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
It's buried in with some gold, but we want the gold. You can have the coke.
Maybe we get some crackhead interns. They'll do anything.
That'd be great. That'd be
Oh,
great.
Something to look into.
Hey,
It is.
I want to go all the way back to the festivals. You went to Gem Festival. This
Yeah,
weekend.
Gen Fest. It was
How
awesome.
was it? Tell me.
Well, it was great. I brought the grandkid there. The wife came, so it was family friendly, which was cool.
Which is very cool.
Because a lot of these things are not. There were no drunken a-holes there, which is always a plus. Music was great. It was just awesome. Yeah, I had a great time up there.
I wanna
And
give
I'd
Brian-
never been to the shirt factory before that. It's a cool place.
Cool place, right?
Yeah, inside they got like tons of different stores, and there's like 3 floors, 4 floors.
I need to make a run up to there.
You do.
And I also want to go over to the stationery factory in Dalton, Mass.
Mm.
Because these 2 places are kind of like in the same vibe.
Yeah.
But I want to check them out because, you could even say it's almost like a mall. But
No way.
it's not a mall.
It's an artistic mall.
Yeah.
Which you don't get any of that.
First one of those I ever saw was out in Rochester
Mm.
in like '85, and then they used to have something very similar in Northampton. There is a town, I haven't been there probably not about 5 years, but Northampton, Mass used to be the bomb.
Hmm.
Used to be incredible. I don't know what it's like now,
Yeah, it's just sometimes they seem like they're so far out, but like even Glens Falls.
Let's find out.
Yeah, Glens Falls, right?
Glens Falls has got like a happening scene going on up there.
There's so much going on up there.
Yeah, and it just seems like it's, such a drive from like the population that we have here, but it's really not.
It's 45 minutes. Boom,
Yeah,
let's
do
go.
Yeah, you might as well.
I mean, you'll wait longer for McDonald's most nights.
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
No,
So-
I like the scene up there. It was cool.
Brian did a good job.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And really positive guy, really, there was like 70 bands or something, 50 bands or something.
There were
Then
a lot.
There were artists doing artwork live in front of people.
Even on stage while bands were performing, they had like painters up there.
That's
Oh,
cool,
wow,
which was
that's
pretty neat.
great.
It was funny because the beach balls were flying and kept going up on stage, and kept hitting the painter, but just kept going.
Good.
It's pretty cool.
Our beach balls?
No.
No, but ours will be at Rocking on the River tonight.
Okay.
And
Yes.
it'll definitely be at Alive at 5 tomorrow night.
Yep.
Nice. How many of them do we have?
I think I
And
bought
one.
500 to
Oh,
start.
so we got it.
Yeah, we got enough. We got a lot of balls around.
We got balls.
But who's got the biggest balls of them all?
AC/DC.
Yes, they do.
That's right.
Yes.
But that's about all we got today, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Jesse, thanks for what you added today. You were great. Oh, she's not here. We lost Jessie. She had to go out and
Jesse did say that when we do it, if
we miss her.
if we happen to be doing one of these when we're driving, Jesse did say to let her know because she might be in a dump truck somewhere, and we'll just go hang out and watch dump truck stuff.
That'd be great.
That would be cool.
Yeah, she
Right?
could be Jesse the Builder.
Jesse the Builder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jesse. You know, Jesse's so interesting, right?
Very.
Because she sings in one band, she plays bass in another. She also can play guitar. She does radio here when she has the time. She's a realtor. I even said it right. It's not realtor. It's realtor. I got corrected
Really?
on that. Yes.
No kidding.
And she has a CDL,
Yeah.
right?
which
She
is
used to
cool.
cross country truck.
Yep.
Nice.
And she's a peanut. She's not, I mean, you figure trucker, you're like, Large Marge sent you from the Pee
Right,
Wee movie, right?
right.
No, and then now she's driving dump truck
Yep.
and making some money over the summer, and good on her for that. You gotta pay the bills.
Nice.
So she's like a Renaissance person.
Way more masculine than me.
Well, yeah, you know, Richard Simmons was too. But is he still alive?
I don't know. I don't think
I
so.
think we would have heard if he had died.
I can't wait though, because you know
Oh.
my Deadpool stuff I do
You're
online.
Deadpool, yeah.
I think he's
Decaying
dead.
to the oldies.
It's hard to keep up with who's dead and who's not.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know, if it's celebrities, no big deal. When it's friends,
Yeah,
whoops.
that sucks.
Yeah, you never diss it. But celebrities, they're fair game.
Oh, fair.
You want to live in a public life, we're going to pick on
I'm
you.
trying to think who the last celebrity you commented on.
Tony
was.
Bennett.
What? Tony Bennett, yes. That crazy bastard, Tony Bennett.
And Chuck Schumer put forth a thing today. They're going to try to do some Tony Bennett memorial now because he's from New York. You know, the most dangerous place in the world to be is between Chuck Schumer and a television camera on Tuesday morning.
Yeah, no kidding.
That man, yeah. Where are you going to spend your money doing this?
Yeah, right?
Thanks, Chuck.
Yeah, I think like if Tony Bennett, if his family wanted a memorial, they probably have more than enough money to
I
put
think they made a
memorial.
couple bucks over the years.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, he really gave Lady Gaga legitimacy.
He was just an
Yeah.
awesome all around guy. I mean,
Because she was a talented pop singer and all that, and making her outlandish stuff, and then she did that stuff with Tony. Suddenly people go, oh, maybe there's more to her. Bing Crosby did the same thing with David Bowie.
Really?
That Christmas song, that Little Drummer Boy, Peace on Earth.
Yeah.
Bowie was that bisexual weirdo with the red hair, and then he sings this with Bing Crosby, and suddenly it's like, oh, Middle America's like, well, maybe he's not so bad.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes you need that little.
Need that boost.
So we're gonna have you, Rob, do a duet with Jimmy Barrett, so you can get that kind of
Yeah,
legitimacy.
you need that
yes,
legitimacy,
yeah.
yes.
I'll be singing real words and he'll be saying whatever
He'll
he
be
says.
he'll be doing Jimmy.
He'll be doing Jimmy.
Who was the one who said she was playing with, he or she, I think it was she, was playing with Paul McCartney, and they said, oh my God, who is that guy? She's really bringing up these people.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Who
yeah.
was that?
No, that was Kanye.
Was it Kanye?
Kanye did a song with Paul McCartney, which Paul
Yes.
McCartney probably regrets.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, there was a female artist involved in it, but I don't follow that kind of stupid music.
Well, that was like, was it Ozzy did something with Post Malone, and all the
Right.
young kids are going, this Ozzy Osbourne guy, he might catch on.
Yeah,
Or the
Yeah.
Grammys this year, after Bonnie Raitt wins the award, one of the big news articles is like, unknown blues singer.
yeah, yeah.
What?
What? I know,
I hope they
right?
fired that columnist. That's crazy.
That person's probably now running the PR for Bud Light.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's going well.
Yeah, that's number 2, and now Modelo is number 1, and what the hell is the difference? They both run by the same company.
They're both shitty beer.
Yeah,
Who cares?
Pretty much.
Drink what you want. Leave the politics out of it. Just go drink what you
let's
like.
go drink.
Just go drink.
Yeah.
Go-
Well, not you.
Well, I'm going then.
Not you.
Not you, everybody else.
Oh,
Everybody
geez.
else, yeah.
That kind of sucks, yeah. So it's been like over 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks now.
Nice.
Wow.
Almost a month
Nice.
Nice.
with no alcohol. I gotta tell you, I still wake up feeling like I drank all night.
Well, that's because you're over 40.
That's what
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is.
it's
know.
catching up with you now. Yeah.
You know, my biggest concern was, am I still gonna have as much fun, like at concerts and
Yeah.
things like that? And so far, I have not been having as much fun. But
You haven't gone to anything
You
to
are.
really charge you up though. Tomorrow will be the watermark. It'll be the test run.
well, tomorrow you're gonna see this. Tomorrow will be today when you see this. Actually, today will be the test run.
You're gonna go see Rakim
That's tomorrow, but that's today.
today. Huh?
I'm gonna see Conehead Buddha though,
Conehead Buddha tonight, yeah.
which
Which is yesterday.
if I can have fun at a Conehead Buddha show, then I need to rework my.
I think
whole
we'll get
thing.
enough contact high.
That might work. That might work. Well, that's the thing. I haven't given up the
Well,
marijuana.
Hey, everyone's got to have. I don't trust a man with no vices.
You gotta have a vice.
Even the best saints were previously good sinners.
Yes, they
So,
were. I strive to be a saint one of these days.
I know. Too much work.
I
The
just want.
rebranding alone would be a nightmare.
I just want to have a statue of myself.
Well,
Right, yeah.
I want to be in someone's bath. I want to be in a bathtub buried half in someone's backyard, like
Yes,
Mary.
yes.
I want a bathtub
absolutely.
Artie in my backyard.
That would be.
Absolutely. Or
That's it. I just figured what I tell my wife she has to do when I die. She's got to do a
Bathtub
bathtub Artie
Artie.
in the backyard.
It'll
I
catch
want bobbleheads that I can put on my dashboard.
That'd be kind of
Me
neat.
and Sweeney bobbleheads.
Well, it's funny, when I had my motorcycle, I used to have a plastic Jesus super glued to the middle of the
Nice.
handlebars. But I faced him out so he could get bugs in his teeth too.
Jesus on the dashboard.
Jesus
Right.
on the handlebars.
That's great.
So. Well, let's call it quits.
I love you.
August 6th. Be
August
well,
6th.
thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel.
Yes. Like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff.
Yep,
And we're out.
I'm empty.